Hey guys, today I'm going to be unboxing and building my brand new Tekno Et48 2.0, which is very possibly the world's best Truggy that money can buy. And what makes this particular Truggy so special is the amount of features and customizability it has to make it perfect for racing. So this thing has built-in camber into the arms. You can put different inserts into the hinge pin blocks to change your caster and tower angle. You can change the camber, you can change the wheelbase, you can change the shock position, you can change the wing mount position. You even get a body shell that's designed to get the maximum performance out of this car, but still just about past regulations, so it's legal in competition. And all of these features mean that you've got a Truggy that will just about trash anything around a racetrack. So as you can see clearly, this car is designed as a pure thoroughbred racing car, but if we pay close attention to some of the details on the box, we also find out that it comes with a 4mm 7075 chassis and 7075 shock towers, pivot blocks, motor mount and caster blocks. So what all of this means is that not only will this be the best handling Truggy that you can buy, but it also means that it should be able to handle a session at the skate park. So very soon we're going to take it down to a few tracks to see how it handles, and we're also going to take it down to a few skate parks to see how durable it is. So as this is a Tekno, it does come as a kit. So what that means is that you have to build it yourself, and you also need to provide your own electronics, wheels and tyres and paint for the body shell. So here are the details for the extra parts and the tools required to complete the kit. So if you want to have a look through this information, then pause the video. So this is what I'm going to be running in my Tekno. So I've got a Power HD servo here, 18 kilos of torque and a speed of 0.12 seconds. So lots of speed and lots of power. For the radio system, we've got this Radio Link one here. For our power system, I've got the Hobbywing Max 8 combo, the 2200 kV version. I know the Tekno say only to run the ET on 4S, but I do like a fast car, so I've got a Turnigy 6S LiPo here. For the wheels and tyres, I've got some Fast Tracks one here, so these should be good for racing and a bit of bashing as well. And then for the colour scheme, I want to paint it in the same colour as I did with my X-Max, so I've got some Tamiya PS59 blue here, and then I'm going to be backing that with some Core RC Jet Black here. So if you're interested in getting any of this stuff for yourself, including the car, then if you have a look in the description, I'll leave links to where you can buy it all from. So without further ado, let's get the car unboxed. Here you go, guys. Oh, look at that. Wow. So here are the contents of the box of the Et48 2.0. Inside we get the body shell, the chassis, the two main parts bag, which consists of small lettered bags which have all the parts inside needed to build up the Truggy. We get the rear wing, all the shock oils, diff oils, grease and lock track required, and our instruction manual. A lot of people don't seem to like the way that this body shell has been designed, but personally I think it looks absolutely awesome, and like Tekno said, it has been designed to get the maximum performance at this Truggy. One thing that Tekno are well known for is how easy their kits are to build and their instruction manuals. And having a look at one myself, all becomes apparent. I mean, each step is really clear and easy to understand. There's lots of information on each page. There are plenty of diagrams, and all of this is just going to mean that the kit's going to be a lot easier to build and a lot more enjoyable as well. So as for actually building the car up into a rolling chassis, I've decided that I'm not going to film the entire process because I've got no idea what I'm doing. I've never built a kit before, and it's going to be a pretty long process. So instead of boring you guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to update you as I make progress. And once I've built the actual contents of the kit, I'll be able to document in depth fitting on electronics, wheels and tyres, and pasting up the body shell. So without further ado, let's begin. So here we go, guys. This is bags A and B complete. We've got the centre, front and rear diffs all assembled. In case you're wondering what oils we've got inside them, so we've got 20,000 in the centre, 20,000 in the front and 10,000 in the rear. Alright, so we're about to start bag E. We've got both the front and rear gearboxes completed with the shock towers, standoffs, body posts and wing mount. Alright, so we're 5 hours into the build, guys, and we've just about completed the first of the two main bags. So that's bags A through to G. We're about to start bag H here. As you can see, we've got the rear end complete, we've got the centre diff complete, we've almost got the front end complete. All you need to do is finish off putting the hubs, drive shafts, links and steering assembly, and then what we're going to do next is pop it onto the chassis. So here is the second main parts bag. It contains bags H through to P. It's going to contain the rest of the parts to finish off the front end, all the chassis components, the shocks, and of course our rear wing. Alright, so guys, we're approaching 9 hours into the build now, and as you can see, the Truggy is starting to take some solid shape. We've got the completed front and rear ends and center transmission mounted all onto the chassis. We're just about to start the shocks, but before I resume, I just want to quickly show you how smooth that this transmission is. It's just absolutely unbelievable. So here we go, guys, 12 hours later, and the kit is finally fully assembled, and what an experience this build has been. It's definitely among the best 12 hours I've ever had in RC. As predicted, guys, the car was lovely and simple to put together. The instructions were lovely and simple to understand. There are a few little bits that were a bit tricky here and there, such as building up the turnbuckles, but overall a beautiful car to put together. The advantage of building this car up as a kit is that you can really see the attention to detail and the thought that Tekno have put into designing this car. I mean, if you take a look in the manual, you've got bearing assisted anti-roll bars. I've never seen that in any other RC car before. And it's just such an innovative design to ensure that this car is going to handle like an absolute dream. Another thing I like about having built this car as a kit is that you can really understand how this car's put together. So when it comes to stripping it down or building it back up again, you can understand where everything goes and you can really appreciate the craftsmanship that's gone into this car. So overall, guys, a beautiful car to put together. If you're interested in buying one of these but you're off put by the fact that it's a kit, then don't be, because it's an absolute pleasure to build up. So now it's all built, next we can put some electronics in it. Yes! Get a few little screws in here, guys, because the Tekno doesn't actually come with any screws to put in the servo horn. So I'm just going to quickly take this side guard off here, guys, because there are small hooks on the inside, which is just going to help neatly channel all the wiring into the receiver box, and it's going to make it easier to get the motor in the motor mount. So here are these small hooks that I was talking about, guys, and these are just going to help keep the wiring all nice and neat. Next, guys, it's time for the power system. One nice thing about the Tekno motor mount is it allows you to be able to use both 42 and 36mm can motors. I've got the Max 8 4274 motor, so I'm going to be using the 42mm holes. So as for gearing, guys, as you know, I am going to be running this car on 6S, so I don't want it to be too fast as it's a racing car, so I'm going to be starting with this 14-tooth pinion, which should be good for about 50 miles an hour, but if it is too fast, then we can either gear it down or we can just run the car on 4S. So rather unfortunately, because the servo is at the front and the receiver box is at the back, the servo wire is just not long enough to reach in there. So what we've got here is an extension cable. So if you want to get this for yourself, then if you have a look in the description, I'll leave a link to where you can get it from. So unfortunately, guys, although this receiver box does have the gap here for the wires to get in, there's no little piece of foam here to stop any water from getting in. So this effectively is a non-waterproof receiver box. And if you don't have a waterproof receiver, then you're going to have some problems. So what I've done here is I've cut down a piece of foam and that fits perfectly inside there. So now that should hopefully stop any water from getting in. So there we go, guys. That's all the electronics installed in there now. As you can see off camera, I've just quickly reinstalled this side guard here and tidied up all the cabling. So next what we're going to do is bind it up and power it up. Yes, we are bound. Oh my god, guys. This. Oh my god, wow. That is some suspension. What? No. That. What? Guys, that suspension is just unbelievable. I've never seen anything with such soft suspension. That is mad. I cannot wait to see how this thing handles. So guys, next we're going to be doing the body shell, and as you can see I've already gone ahead and cut it out. I've made all the holes and stuck on the window masks, but before we can actually paint it, first what I'm going to do is give it a quick degrease, and then I'm going to key up the surface with one of these scouring pads, because apparently that's going to help allow the paint to stick easier. So here's my degreaser, some muck off fire degreaser. So this scouring pad's got this little rough side here, and what that's going to do is put some faint scratches in the paint, which should help the paint stick. So there we go, you can just about see the small scratches or marks in the body shell. These aren't actually going to show up once the shell's all painted, but it's really going to help that paint stick. So here's the paint we're going to be using, some Tamiya PS59 Blue. So now we've done the dust coating and it's all dry now. Next what we're going to do is give it its final coat. So here we go, guys, that's all the final coats on there. We're looking really good, colour's looking absolutely beautiful. So next what we're going to do is let this dry, and then we're going to back it with some black. Alright, blue is all dry. Next, guys, we're going to be backing it with the black. So here we go, guys, we've taken off the film and the window masks, and oh my god, does this colour look good. It's absolutely perfect, just the way I wanted it to come out. So next what I'm going to do off camera is coat the inside with some Gorilla Tape, because that's going to make the body last longer, and then we can put some stickers on it. So there we go, guys, the entire inside of the shell has been coated with Gorilla Tape. So next what we're going to do is pop some stickers on. So here we go, guys. the finished product, and oh my god, does this thing look good. It is absolutely perfect. I could not be happier with how this car has turned out. The body is perfect, the suspension and the mechanics of this car are just absolutely perfect. It's just absolutely insane. Building this car has been among the best experience I've ever had in RC, and what makes it even more satisfying is how perfect the outcome. And I mean, the body looks stunning, the mechanics and the design of the car is just magnificent. I cannot wait to get this thing out for a test run. And I've got so many plans and locations planned for this car. I mean, I want to see how fast it goes. I want to take it to racetracks, BMX tracks, skate parks, places where I can really push this car's boundaries and see what it's made of. If you want to see all the stuff we've got planned for this car coming up, then make sure that you subscribed and that you press the notification bell. But for now, that tops it off for this video. I really do hope you did enjoy it. Make sure if you did that you leave a like and subscribe. If you haven't already subscribed, then make sure to do that. And make sure that you press that notification bell so you don't miss any other cool action. So that's it from me. I hope you have a brilliant day all ahead, and I'll see you all next time in the next video. Bye!